So they'll be calling you a radical, the biggest story on the face of the earth. So this is the insanity. You think the Teabagger Congress was insane, who passed a bill to shoot sea lions in Oregon. They rehabilitate them in California, fucking try to save them, fuck whatever, they're starving to death. They swim up to try to eat what they're naturally supposed to eat. Chinook salmon, they shoot them and kill them. Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. Oregon and Washington. I love those Washingtonian fucking folded up and just pretend origamis. In Washington, the hippie crits are so fucking out of control, it's unbelievable. Fucking then you got the fucking right-wingers, American Manufactured Jesus Freak Show. The steelhead salmon are run at less than 10% of the 10-year mean, and the 10-year mean has crashed into oblivion. 10 years ago, before Fukushima happened, Tim Martin caught the world's record steelhead right there on the road. 826,000 on the Columbia returning steelhead salmon. 826,000. Today, for the year, on the mighty Columbia, 400 tributaries, 15,000. They had 300 yesterday on prime fucking day. Running at less than 10% of the 10-year mean, 1% of the 20-year mean. So they started gillnetting this morning. Wake me up. It's got to be a fucking dream. In violation of the Endangered Species Act, the United States federal government, for 3 administrations. In violation of the Oregon State Endangered Species Act. In violation of the state of Washington's Endangered Species. Extinction them. Just kill them. All been going on for a year. You're full of fucking shit. 826,000 in 2010 to 15,000. Well, it gets fucking better. Full blown out nuclear meltdown going in China that's been confirmed. Even China's admitting it now. Full blown out nuclear meltdown. Oh, just a problem with some fuel rods. Let me explain. Fuel rods? Fuel rods. So, that's all. Fuel rods got hot. That's called a nuclear meltdown. Were they in the core? Yep, in the core. Active core. Even if they weren't in the fucking core and they'd been removed and they were spent fuel pods and melded together, that's a nuclear meltdown by definition. By definition. These were in the core. This is an SMR. Oh, they're testing them right there in Idaho. Fuck, we're going from 12 to 6. Cecil Randrews rolling in his grave. My grandparents rolling in their fucking graves. Getting down with Ezra Pound. Where's Ezra Pound when you fucking need him? Ode to fucking Fructonium. Smells like spaghetti. Must be Ferenghetti. Maybe I can get fucking 200 fucking views on this. Well, they covered up Fukushima. Just the greatest event in human history. They completely caused a heat bubble of the West. Like, probably caused COVID. Fucking burned down the whole western United States. Completely genocided the Pacific fucking Ocean. Killed millions and millions and millions and millions of people. Well, killed billions. What's another one? In China. So, remember I named it the Chinese word for little nuki. For little. Why? It's an SMR. Who's funding it? Utah. You don't believe me? Look it up. The state of Utah is the only municipality in the world through Utah ratepayers are funding the SMR technology. Oh, they're all in bed together. New scale. Oregon. On the banks. Tim Martin says he was living in Corvallis. New Scale was in there driving Bugattis around, Lamborghinis around. Had all this equipment, and then just bolted. They stole the fucking money. There's an SMR. Utah's all in. We need them. They're going in bed with Bill Eugenics Gates in Wyoming to build one. It's all bullshit. It's all fairy tale. It's just fucking looting. Money out the door. Oh boy, Bill fucking Gates. Fuck, one day you'll wake up in Oregon and realize he is the head of the fucking snake. He is the head of the fucking snake. This nuclear fucking reactor, remember he was all in it? France comes out. Jennifer Graham Holmes sat on the letter. The letter was sent out. What's that? I spend so much time at the IEA. I know the rules. If there's a nuclear meltdown that's released nuclear fallout, by law, it's called the downwinder letter. They never get sent out because it hardly ever happened, but it happened. Imminent radiation release letter was sent to the United States Department of Energy. Jennifer Graham Holmes sat on it. 3 days after the fucking accident was happening, she gave a speech saying we need more nuclear energy. She's the new Gina McCarthy. Oh, she's the climate czar. Isn't that the one who crashed RadNet when Fukushima happened? Wasn't she head of RadNet? Then became head of the EPA? What about Lisa Jackson? Remember that one? I think she's on the board of directors of Google now. What about Cheryl? David Goldberg. Trotsky did it. Same people. Same clan. Zuckerberg on chemo. This is just the greatest event in human history. There's a fucking nuclear meltdown going on in China. A full-blown out SMR meltdown. China's even admitted it. Oh, and here's the headline. Of course, it's a better headline than the fucking New York Times. New York Times is fucking, and Washington Post. Oh, now who owns Washington Post? Oh, now it's coming clear. Jeff Bezos. Now, who's Jeff Bezos' grandfather? Guys, he's the originator of the nuclear consortium. You see, yeah, that's him. That's his grandpa. Remember his 14-year-old mama who's raped? Yeah. Jeff fucking, he owns the Washington Post. The imperialist nuclear cartel media. They've never reported the meltdowns of Fukushima to this fucking day. It took Kevin Blanch a year and a half. I mean, these videos of mine should have billions of views. Fucking, I'm not sensitive. It's all a hoax. I get a million fucking bazillion views sitting around grueling on stuff. Fucking freaks. This is the greatest event in human history by a billion times. Why they live in the sea. Their lifespan is short. They go to sea fucking quickly. They can go multiple times, 1 to 2. They can live up to be 7 years. They rarely do. They usually never live past fucking 2 or 3 years old because they go. But Chinook do. Big fish eat little. Chinook live in the ocean for 5. They're crashing just as hard. Just the biggest story on the face. We just killed the Pacific Ocean. That's all. It's spread globally. You just killed the fucking planet. That's all. Genocide from hell. And we let them get away with it. And the whole world stood by and just drooled on them fucking selves. Fucking waiting for their fucking government stimulus PPP fucking loan they all ripped off. What a fucking nightmare. There's a full-blown out nuclear fucking meltdown happening right here, right now in China. They finally admit it. They admit it. I reported that it started a meltdown in February 2018. I reported the meltdown. This is when Trump killed net neutrality and my fucking view. I haven't had a subscriber. Well, I mean, a few subscribers. My subscriber base started to radically decline in February 20, the day I did that video. I mean, I haven't had Google wasn't sponsoring me. They hide me. They shuffle me. I did a video because I have all kinds of good sources all over the world that have been developed. Trying to put Kevin Blanch back in the toothpaste tube. Put Pandora's Promise back into the bottle. It wasn't a box, it was a bottle. They broke it. Had 100,000 views in just minutes. Hundreds of thousands of views on the front page of Reddit. They sure the fuck don't get it. Google took it down. Ever since that video has gone up, talking about this meltdown on this SMR in China near Hong Kong. And think about the fact of what's going on in Hong Kong. The activists are being thrown in prison. For the first time in America, the old USA history, we did not support the free Hong Kong. The United States just bowed and handed it over to China. Do you know all those activists are being fucking put in prison, beat up, and killed? China has Hong Kong. Well, that reactor is right next to Hong Kong. All the activists, they're trying. They're going crazy. But the globalists in the United States has stood down to the China regime because they're the same regime. It's imperialism. Biden's all in. Just like his fucking, well, come on. Biden was the vice president of the United States when Fukushima happened. He's a piece of shit. And then that piece of shit Trump, who met with a bee 18 times, he's the worst that there ever was. Never mentioned it one time. No, he doesn't know. I asked him twice. I asked him from here to there. It was on Fox News Salt Lake. You going to talk about Fukushima? Yeah. We asked him earlier. What about Fukushima? You get in a car wreck, you don't fucking stop driving. I says, it does if it kills you. Sliding with Biden. What about Kamala Harris? Her mom, the epidemiologist at Livermore. She worked with me on the shutdown of Senate. That's how Senate Offrey got shut down. If it was for Kevin Blanch, Senate Offrey would have never got shut down. Kamala Harris, I knew her mother, the epidemiologist at Livermore. But look at her now. All in. They're in the club, I guess. The wannabe club. Full blown out nuclear meltdown going in China. The stillhead fucking catastrophe. And these insane motherfuckers started gillnetting this morning. Wake me up. Wake me up. This has got to be a bad fucking nightmare. Fucking bad nightmare. Full blown out nuclear meltdown happening. It's been happening since 2018. They took me, ever since I fucking reported on that one, they've just obliterated my YouTube site. My YouTube site goes clear back to 2009. Remember when you had to put your own picture up on there and it was organic? What have they done to me? Oh my God. What have they done to the world? Remember, I did all this fucking work, this historic PhD with fucking and Hunter Biden, who was in the Ukraine ripping off fucking nuclear money, fucking thieving with Flynn and Manafort and the rest of these creeps. He's an artist. You know why people are paying for those? He has no clue about it. He has no clue about anything. He belongs in a fucking prison cell. He's a derelict creep. Just like all the fucking Trump kids. Welcome to America, the old USA. Let's have the Olympics. People are buying those paintings. That's called a backdoor bribe. Look at the people that are buying those paintings. They're trying to get in favor with the Biden administration. Buy one of the creepy, sickening, fuck that dude, sickening, creepy. Whoa, he belongs in a prison cell, by the way. Fucking, just like fucking Manafort and Flynn and fucking Trump and Obama. Obama on St. Patty's Day. The greatest lie in human history, 2011. The White House. Well, the plume is coming over us right now from the Fukushima. These are not meltdowns, the hydrogen explosion, just the lies. Gunderson told me it was a hydrogen explosion. Did you know Lonnie Gunderson's wife is the spokeswoman for the NRC? Did you know that? Talk about they belong in prison. Helen Caldecott, Kevin, in New York. My arm around her. You can't use the F word at my freaking symposium. This could be the end of the world symposium nuclear. I'm sitting with Noam Chomsky. But you can't talk about Fukushima. Up his down, black is white. You should have seen Noam looked at me and rolled his fucking eyes. And I'm like, okay. Wow. I'm Kevin Camps. He told me he was an abolitionist. That he had nothing to do with anti-nuclear. I said, Paul Guy, pieces of shit. Pieces of shit. The only true, real anti-nuclear activist. Well, Durnford's done his gig up there. Kevin Blanch. Look what they've done to me. Fucking frauds. It took me a year and a half to convince anybody fuck Fukushima was one full blown out meltdown when it's fucking most likely 6. Hell of a way to boil a fucking ocean. Not opinion anymore. I did all the work. First you hypothesized on it. These are full blown out meltdowns. They're pushing in the ocean. They're going to genocide the ocean. Big fish eat little fish. It's going to fucking break the chain. It's going to kill the photoplankton. And there's going to be a heat bubble fucking rise over the western United States. Think about just the fact of me predicting this acute catastrophe here in Utah on the Great Salt Lake. The Great Salt Lake was at normal level in 2012. I've well documented with the spiral jetty. Crash. The fires, the heat bubble, they call it even what Kevin Blanch fucking said in 2012. They're using my language now. But they still won't say the F word. When are they going to talk about the meltdown in China? So the New York Times, Washington Post report this. China admits fuel rod gas problem. Oh, it's a gas. It's a plasma. I named Fuktonium. Me oh my, Nobel fucking prize. And I live in abject poverty. Think about his story, the support of this historic work. What a lonely, hardcore battle. There's a full blown out fucking meltdown going in China. And the Olympic athletes there, why do you think they're all puking when they come out of the water and sick? I won a gold medal in surfing. I went to the same high school as Barack Obama, who told the greatest lie, the greatest criminal who ever walked the face of the earth. Barack Obama. Who knew my best, strongest suit was killing people? Huh, he's talking about Fukushima. His mother was a downwinder, died younger. He don't care. Well, Mike Lee told me right here. My dad's a downwinder. He got caught fucking bringing in nuclear waste right here to Utah. Some girl says, "Oh, that big giant fucking reactor I was talking to yesterday." She